What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Bets and Ball Games, the Week One edition. Before we get going, let's tell you about our friends at Bet Online, the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000 when the game's over. Head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet online, the game starts here. All right, let's talk some Florida. Miami. I gave you the line from Bet Online earlier. It's 2.5. There were a couple of threes early in the week. They might have all disappeared as I'm going to my live lines. Where is Florida and Miami? Okay, here we go. Yeah, it looks like 2.5 across the board. So, um, I would buy, like, especially in the Bet Online scenario where they've got Miami, or I'm sorry, Florida plus 2.5 at minus 105. If you don't have to pay like a minus 135 juice, I'd buy it to three. Um, and it's a small opinion for me on the Gators. But I do have some stats on Cristobal, but and we don't know about Montreal Johnson yet. I think Florida's putting out the depth chart today. And by the way, we're coming to you on Wednesday. If I didn't mention that earlier, if the depth chart doesn't come out today, it'll be tomorrow. But all reports out of Gainesville have been that he's been recovering nicely from having that knee scoped about a month ago. So I think he's going to play now. How healthy or whether he can do 25 carries, I doubt that. So we'll see on that. But your thoughts on Miami at Florida?
I'm with you. I mean, it's not my favorite game of the weekend, but I do like the Gators. We talked about even for the new staffs uh, being a little bit desperate to put a best foot forward in home games. There is no coach more desperate than Billy Bob Napier, and this one would go a long way for not only the psyche in the room, but among Gator Nation. So I'm with you. But you mentioned something that I think is warranted to discuss, and I think it's interesting too because I saw a story that I'll reference here in a second. But a lot of these teams are releasing depth charts, and they are absolute jokes. Tennessee had Tennessee released its depth chart, and on offense, Nico Amaliava was listed as a starting quarterback, and I think they had 2 offensive linemen listed as starters, and every other position had at least one, if not multiple, Brian
Or
Edwards or Jay
or
Greeson or Lee Greeson or Matthew McConaughey or Rob Riggle. I mean, it's they are doing it. It's lip service at best. But then I saw a story this morning that Kirby Smart has alluded that the SEC is probably going to move to mandating that they release availability sheets,
like Big
not
Ten did.
unlike, yeah, not unlike the
Good.
NFL injury report, because of the explosion in what is online legalized online gambling.
I would hope Sankey would be on top of that. I mean, the Big Ten started that last year, and I
Yeah,
mean, come on, why is the SEC behind the times on that? I hope that's enacted immediately.
yeah.
But was Kirby referencing like next year or soon
No,
or?
I think he was talking about within weeks, not within seasons.
Okay, good. Well, it's about time. And programs need to be fined if they like the NFL. I mean, I'm not saying as much as the NFL fines them when they do stuff like that, but yeah, yeah, that is needed big time. All right, couple stats on Cristobal. Okay, when he's been favored at Miami just in 2 short years, 14 times as a favorite, 4 and 10 against the spread. However, one of those spread covers was 70-13 against Bethune-Cookman, and another one was 41-7 at Temple. So Really only two spread covers in my
Yeah, I
mind.
mean, again, against teams with a heartbeat, yes.
Yes.
Uh, and I mean, I don't know who has the bigger desperation edge in this one because on paper, Miami's better than Florida. I
Yeah.
mean, on paper, Miami may be the class of the ACC.
Yeah.
So, uh, I mean, if Cristobal can get out of Cristobal's way, they could chase the crystal ball. See what
Right.
I did there?
Yeah. That was well done. Yeah,
Thanks.
no, I mean, he's got I mean, I've never questioned his recruiting chops. Same as Calipari, but you c-
Yeah.
you you can question the hell out of their in-game coaching, that's for sure. And I will say this about Billy Bob, he has been good as an underdog. Only 8-6 at UF, but 12-4-1 ATS as an underdog at Louisiana. So he's now 20-10-1 against the spread in 31 games as an underdog. And Cristobal, just in road games, they've had 10 road games, regardless of favorite, underdog, whatever. 5-5 straight up, 4-6 against the spread. I like the Gators, but like I said, and Jay said himself, um, not my favorite play on the board, and I won't be heavily involved from a amount perspective.